All right. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for those of you joining us. We expect a few more. We've had some technical difficulties. Only a couple of years of doing this, you still get those issues from time to time. I am on work travel, so I'm going to be on and off and try to keep myself muted so you don't hear all the background noise. We've got an event starting tomorrow, so I may have to step away. So Dr. Gabrielle will be our facilitator and host for everyone. So you're not dependent on me to lose connection or something else that may happen. I did check with our presenters about a formal bio, which I didn't get, so I'm going to let them primarily introduce themselves, but I wanted to thank them, in advance for what they're going to give to us. Aitza with Visit Orlando. We appreciate the insight. She's got a presentation she's going to share with us. And for those of you who don't know, Sam Pollack with Daytona Beach. He's going to also add into that. And then if time permits, we've got a representative who was supposed to pop on from West Palm Beach, but I've not heard from her to on yet. So I understand she may have had some sort of an issue pop up. But I will go ahead and turn now over to our presenters on however you want to introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourself and of course where you're from.
Go ahead, Sam.
My name is Sam Pollack. I am in the Daytona Beach area. I work for the Convention and Visitors Bureau for the past 9 years. I have a background in the hospitality industry, as well being a meeting planner for one of the third-party companies. Very excited to be here today and to show what the Convention and Visitors Bureau, a day in the life of a Convention and Visitors Bureau representative does.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sam. My name's Aitza Diaz, and I work for Visit Orlando. I was extremely thrilled when Steve asked me to come and partner with Sam and speak to you all about the benefits of working with a Convention and Visitors Bureau. And I think this is a great opportunity to learn a little bit about what we do and how we can help. I think one of the smartest choice that you can make as a meeting planner is always engage the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Not all are created equal. Sam and I have a common ground because both of our CVBs are very, very much the same. We offer the same services. And like Sam mentioned, he comes from a different sales background. So do I. I've sold attractions and hotels, and I always wanted to come to a convention center to sell a whole destination. And when my job was explained to me, I was told, you're just going to offer your help. You're going to extend your hand, and some folks are gonna take that hand and are gonna take your assistance, and some are not, and that's okay. But our job really is to bring meetings to our destination, whether that is Daytona, whether that is Orlando, or whatever city in the US. You're going to find CVBs just like me and Sam that our only purpose is to help you come to the destination. So with that, we'll start off our presentation with some of the benefits. One of the things that we can help you is make your life easier. Sam, what do you think about that?
Well, I think your job is to make everyone else's job less stressful. Yes.
That's right. You too. So our main goal is to make it easy to navigate a city that you might not be completely familiar with. And I have to tell you, a lot of times I have people tell me, oh, I'm very familiar with Orlando, or I'm very familiar with this city. And then the minute we start telling them about what's new and what's exciting, they're like, I didn't know about that. How many times does that come up for you, Sam?
Comes up a lot.
All the time. So we understand that you have to know a lot about a lot of different destinations, but trust us when we tell you that we are the destination expert. We're here all the time, and it is our only job to keep you up to date so that you don't have to keep up with everything that's happening in the destination. Sam, go ahead and talk about a little bit of how we can help.
Well, it is very important to know the destination's calendar of events. You don't want to bring a program. You don't want to bring a program into a destination where it's going to be full with 50,000 people running up and down in the same hotel that you're in, or in the streets where they go enjoy the restaurants and the parks, etc. So it is basically our position to assist and find that special venue at the right time that will reinforce your meeting's objectives and hopefully make your program truly extraordinary that you would return to the same city the following year. Myself and Aitza act as a point of contact to distribute the proposal from the client, and we send it to the hotel and the venues, and maybe even the unique establishments. Always think outside the box. Instead of you send it to us, one person, instead of sending it to 10 different hotel reps, brand ambassadors, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, Aitza?
Absolutely. I think that is one of the services that it brings the most value. We have it all the time where planners are telling us, oh my God, I've already reached out to 12 hotels and I have nothing. I could have done that for you with one click of a button. We can reach out to our whole entire destination. And at times, Sam and I might be able to collect responses for you, just depending on the time of the month it is. And if we're not traveling up to Tallahassee or another area, we might be able to collect all those responses for you and just send you a grid that has everything. So again, so you don't have a whole bunch of emails. Our job is to make your lives so much easier. So whether you need RFP assistance, whether you need experts on the city, whatever it is that you need in our city, we got you covered, right, Sam?
Correct. Basically, we do the footwork by sending the information out to all the hotels that would make a great fit. We ask them to create a golden proposal and send it back to either the CVB or to the client. So this way we could either create a package deal that is easy to read to the client. So when it comes to destination site visits, when the client is ready to see a destination, before you make your selection, several bureau offices might be able to help with expenses, especially with budgets. They have budgets for sites inspections.
Absolutely.
We then create a site visit agenda for the client and for the venues. And then we put everything on a timeline. So the agenda is in detail of all the siting properties. We're seeing property A for about an hour and a half. We take a little 5-minute break. We travel to the second property. We tour that property for another hour and a half. So and give the client, we actually give the client enough time to the hotel so they learn their program.
Absolutely. I don't think we've said enough that we're just here to help and to save you time. We have site coordinators that will help you with that agenda from beginning to end so that you're not having to make all these calls. You're not having to worry to navigate a city that you might not be familiar with. Your local CVBs can help you with that. And we do it quite well. We were talking a little bit earlier about site inspections with Sam, and that is our favorite part of our job is conducting those site visits because we get to know you, we get to visit with you, and we get to show you around our incredible cities. So when you are shortlisting and saying, okay, I want these 3 hotels, conduct those site inspections. We love to have you in our cities. It is a pleasure. We can help you with those RFP. We can help you with your site visits. We can help you with services. Once you have contract a hotel in our destination, regardless of where it is, reach out to that CVB because we have so many resources that are at your fingertips. We have images. I had a client once that said that they had been waiting for over 90 days for Disney to send them photos. And while we were talking and they were frustrated about how long it took, I was able to send those pictures while we were still on the phone. So just like I have great pictures of Orlando, I know Sam has a whole bunch of beautiful pictures of Daytona and the beach and all the fun stuff that's out there. And every CVB is the same. So please reach out to us. That's what we're here for. Right, Sam?
Well, yeah, absolutely. And we also come with a Rolodex, just in case the client needs a motivational speaker or public relations speaker. We have that. Just in case they need signage, we have that. Transportation services, we have that. We have something that's called Show Your Badge program, where the local restaurants are acknowledging the folks that are coming into our town to enjoy with the restaurants.
Wait a minute. You have unique places to have dinners? Tell me about that.
We have certain mostly for lunch. We have a Show Your Badge program. everyone has the lanyards and they have their names and their events where they're from. Well, they have their lanyards, their name tags, excuse me, their name tags. And if they go into a certain restaurant, let's just say restaurant A, they show your name, they show their name tag, and that they're in the program, they get maybe 10 or 15% off, or maybe a appetizer.
Free appetizer. I saw it when I was there. So I was there for
Correct.
a trade show, and they talked about the show your badge and save. So we went into one of the local restaurants and we got our first drink was free. And I thought, this is so great. Every city does this, guys. You should be taking advantage of it.
One of the things we try to help out with for the following year, helping the client, is we get the data. How many folks attended the hotel, how many overnight accommodations there were overall, and we offer that to the clients. So this way, for the following year, they have the history. So this way, they would have no challenges with their proposal for the following year, basically.
That's great that you can provide history. We can help you with in so many different ways. When we talk about the unique venues, I know that you're familiar with everything Orlando has to offer. I know you're familiar with everything that Daytona has to offer, but there's just so many hidden gems, little mom and pop restaurants, attractions that are not well known, that are great values. We can put you in touch with all of that. Recently in Daytona, I was given a guide to the unexpected side, the side that people don't know about, because people, when they think about cities, they have this stigma, whether it's the beach or whether it's the casinos, whatever that might be, but there's so much more. And you don't have to guess. You don't have to go into Google. You can call your local expert. That is what we're here for. Right, Sam?
You're correct. I don't know. It's a little bit uneven, beach or theme parks. You know, I kind of go with the theme parks there, but
I don't know. That Speedway is hard to
I'll take the mom and pop place.
now, if you could put the beach with if you could put a theme park on the beach, then we're okay. I could relax for a little bit, but one of the, it's great to get informed with these programs. And one of the things that I do, I go a little bit above and beyond, and maybe a lot of other bureaus do it, but I get a little personalized. And sometimes I engage with a little video promotion. If the client if I know that right there and then the client is happy with what they've seen, and they made the decision to say, okay, these are the dates, we're happy to be here. I take the client and we go on the patio of the hotel or the lobby area of the hotel, and I ask someone to videotape us. And I do a 30-second save the date. Hey, space is limited. Welcome to the beach. This is your new host hotel for 2024, 2025, etc. Can't wait for you to be here. Space is limited. Make your reservations right now, and I can't wait to see you at the beach. And I always end it at the beach, so this way they're getting reminded now, because the following year they were in Billings, Montana, for instance. So they're going to remember the beach. I'll be seeing you at the beach. And I do it maybe within one calendar year. I'll do it maybe 2 or 3 times, and I'll put it on their, and they put it on their social media to promote, and it increases. It's a feature, but it also increases awareness, and hopefully gets those reservations in on time.
I wear a lot of different hats in my day-to-day, and one of the hats that I wear is I actually coordinate a lot of the events for my church. And I do the conferences and all of that thing. And a lot of times I'm sitting in my computer and it's 9 o'clock at night and I'm supposed to put a message out and I am exhausted. We have copy all ready for you. Like the videos that Sam is talking about, those are fantastic, because you can, a lot of times folks get tired of seeing that same message over and over again from me, and it looks the same and it sounds the same. But when they see Sam in their screen, now this is different and I'm going to click on it. So sometimes you just need that message to look a little bit different, and it will catch people's attention and they go, wait a minute, I do need to register. Wait, I have to. So let us help you make it easy for you to build that attendance. And not just with those great videos of Sam and myself, but also with image and copy and resources. Sam?
And that's all the good stuff, you know, and there are, you know, we could talk about all the good stuff when we want to, but sometimes there's a bit of a challenge. There are groups out there that are not attracted to the hotel per se, but is attracted to me. Let's say it's attracted to me, but not to a hotel. So what do I have to do to influence the hotel to get this piece of business, to bring them to our destination? Because it might be a very space intensive versus the total number of rooms that the client has, but it's very intriguing. And I want to bring it here because I think it'll be great public relations for the destination. So do I turn the other hat and I say, maybe I could be an advocate and explain the overall value of this piece of business to the hotel? Maybe I could say, hey, they can grow in future years, and they can be a little bit bigger, and they can expand, and they can offer you everything at that time with room nights, etc. So, you know, I work as an advocate for that group as well. And there are a lot of groups that a lot of hotels turn away, and it's unfortunate. But yet again, if you look in Daytona and you look in Orlando, for instance, and they're only 45 minutes apart. And remembers, I have the biggest building. I'm going to put a plug in. I have the biggest building in the state of Florida as the Daytona International Speedway. And we know that it's busy January and February. Can't do anything about it. Everyone in the state of Florida knows I don't get phone calls. I don't get phone calls. So I work on several other months, and it's just the availability is just very thin. So I can't get involved in it. But maybe I could sell the Speedway March, April, May. Maybe I can entice them to say, this is a great piece of business. In the near future, they're going to grow. Try it. There's nothing that you, what's the reasons that you would have to say no? I put it in their favor. What's the reasons that you would say that you would turn this down?
We see it all the time. We'll look at an RFP, and you're absolutely right, Sam. We'll look at an RFP and we'll have a conversation with you. We see that you're getting a lot of rejections, and this might be why. Let's massage it. Let's change it a little bit. And that comes with having conversations with us. We know what the availability in the city is like. We know what are those need periods that we have. I had a client that couldn't get the rate they desired, and they were really wanting Orlando. And I looked at his RFP and I said, if you were just to shift 2 weeks, because his dates were not flexible, if you're to just shift, we'll be able to get it. And he's like, I don't know. I don't think so. My group's, it's always been this time. I said, well, let me give it a try. And we did, and we found great options for him. So Sam, you're absolutely right. We advocate for you. So it is to your advantage to work with your local CVB or DMO. It really is. One of the things that we don't get enough of is those event websites. So not just at Visit Orlando, but in a lot of the CVBs here in Florida, we're able to do customizable websites that can attract your attendees. Again, another look, another feel, but local information, and not just on the conference, but also on what's happening in the city. So if there's a great play happening, if there's a game, an NBA game or a race in Daytona, your attendees will be able to get that information right from those customizable web pages that we create for you. We have attendance guides that we can provide for you at that registration table. And I know Sam and every DMO or CVB in Florida can give you a whole list of staffing companies if you need an extra pair of hands. Here at Visit Orlando, we actually have a team of staff that can help you. So for example, Sam, you have what, 2 colleges in Daytona or 3? 3, right?
3.
We have local colleges and students that can come out and help at your events, and those count towards hours for them, whether a community service or if it's the field that they're in. I had a group that was all non-for-profit, and they needed volunteers, And we got so many just reaching out to the local universities and colleges that we actually had to put out okay, we're good. We got enough. We have to tell people, stop calling. We got it. Same thing in Daytona, in all the other cities where there's major colleges, you can find volunteers and you can find an extra pair of hands that are, these young kids are great and willing to work. We can get them for you at a drop of a hat. Right, Sam?
You got it better. You got it better with the volunteer service. Usually I have to go to the, I go to the universities.
Yeah.
I do maybe once. I do once every 6 months, and I'm given an opportunity to talk to the hospitality department. And I try to educate the students that are graduating, but before they graduate, I try to get them into do internships, so try to do summer jobs into hotels.
That's
and
great.
then, I try. I'm not very successful, but I try to educate them and tell them how fun the hospitality industry is and
Absolutely.
how lucky we are to be in Florida, where the state of Florida is very open. It's very friendly. That in the city of Tallahassee, the doors are always open and everyone knows everyone, and it's based on relationship. And
we have the Rosen School of Hospitality, so we're very successful as finding those hospitality young minds that are coming up. So again, it's just, we have the resources for you. We love to help any way that we can. I can't stress that enough. I want to close with, if anything you take away from this presentation is that if you are doing business in any city, you should be working with the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Sam and I were talking a little bit earlier about incentives and things like that. Orlando doesn't have any incentives, but Sam does. So depending on the destination, depending on the time of the year, you might be able to get some incentives to book that city. And if we have anything that we can offer to you, that we can only offer to you if you reach out to us. If you don't, then we're not able to help in that sense. Right, Sam?
Well, then the services become very limited. There's two different tiers of services. The ones where we work from the very beginning, like you mentioned, there'll be extraordinary list of incentives. And then unfortunately, if we get in the loop later on after the business is definite, the services of knowing the destination. Yeah. Right. But the number one reason every client should actually work with a CVB is that the services are free.
Complimentary.
Yes.
There is absolutely no charge for you to work with any of us. There's no charge to pick our brains. That's what we're here for. Sam might charge you though. Well, that is all I had. Thank you again for the opportunity to present to the group and to speak to all of you. Sam, did you have anything that you want to say?
I hope to see you all in the near future. Happy holidays. The holidays are coming up. I know we're done with the last 6 months of weather, so look into the happy holidays. Hope to see everyone in Tallahassee in December, in January, and get ready for a little cold front.
Yeah. Every time you come here, we have a cold front. Like the night before. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Before we go into questions, we were able to be during this joined by Maxine Jemison from excuse me, West Palm Beach CVB. Maxine, welcome. Do you have anything to tell us about your services and offerings and anything you'd like to spotlight?
Hi, Orlando, you did an amazing presentation. Of course, that's very hard to follow.
Thank you.
Have that. I don't have that much
never done it without my friend Sam. Thank you, Sam.
But hi, everyone. I'm Maxine Jemison. I'm from Discover the Palm Beaches. I just started about 4 months ago managing the multicultural market. which is now the affinity and the ethnic, everything that's all combined into that wonderful Smurf, old name Smurf market. So I look forward to becoming a very big part of the organization and getting meetings back into the Palm Beaches. Right now we are fast paced and superseding our pre-pandemic numbers, and bookings and rates and everything are looking absolutely flourishing and wonderful, but we still need those need time pieces of business. So we encourage everyone to reach out. We have a opportunity called Between the Sessions. Back in the pandemic, when we were not able to be, outdoors and do as many offsite things that we wanted to do, we would bring the events to the hotel, and between the sessions, we do presentations, whether it's from our local partners or a local restaurant, whatever that may be. It doesn't mean that we're still in that mode. We also take it off property now, but we are giving an incentive, and we have an incentive of $5,000 for a meeting for the Between the Sessions if you are interested in booking. So like Orlando, I am the CVB. We do take the RFPs. They come directly through me. I will send them out to the hotel community. If there is need for a site and to see the area, we have a destination services team that will take you out and take you all around along with myself to see exactly what the opportunities are there for you in the Palm Beaches. So we're ready.
Awesome.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions, either for each other or Gabrielle or James? Do you have anything that you wanted to ask?
I have a question. I mainly do smaller groups, like 30 to 50. And I have at times reached out to CVBs thinking it was worth it, but I often don't think that it's worth it for a CVB to spend their energy on my groups because we're so small compared to the large conventions. So tell me how you feel about that. Is there a certain magic number, or are you good with any size group?
So for example, for me at Visit Orlando, it's any size, but once you are large enough that you're at the convention center, then I can work with you. So those 30, 40, 100, those are great. And I think Sam had something to say about that. Didn't you, Sam?
Start with 10. 10 is a group.
Wow, okay.
10, number 10 is the group. Anything 10 and over is a group.
That's awesome.
If 10 people are sleeping, 10 people are registered. That's it. Boom, done.
Cool.
And people, definitely. And there are different size hotels, and people want hotels for different reasons. So not because you're a small group, that doesn't mean you're not a great group. And there are need times. So there are all different reasons why a 30 people group is just as acceptable as 3,000.
Yes.
Thank you.
So true.
I was
3,000.
just in Orlando, by the way, at the convention center for a full week. And I had this show your badge program, and it was awesome. And it was so nice, but man, that place is huge.
Yes, it is.
It's pretty
You can get lost in there.
It's pretty brutal.
Why you would want to come to something smaller.
I like smaller. Sorry, but I do. And I love, first off, I love the Palm Beach area. I do a lot in the Palm Beach area with a different kind of group, not my professional groups, with scuba divers and abilities. And I love the Palm Beach area for that. But Sam, I attended an event in your area with the Speedway. In fact, I think it was SGMP National that had an event there at the Speedway, and it was fabulous. And that is a really cool place for team building and stuff too, that I don't think everyone thinks about. But my question for the three of you who were at CVBs, and what was the other acronym that you use?
DMO, Destination Marketing Organization.
Got it. So CVBs and DMOs. What I've seen in the industry is that prices are going way up, and many of the markets that I used to use are no longer feasible. It's outrageously expensive. It feels like a throwback to, when meetings were just absolutely packed and there was so much demand and not enough rooms. And so you could charge a lot of money. I understand that there's a shoulder season and that kind of thing, but what can meeting planners do to, in other ways, reach their participants and make it affordable, but still nice?
I will have to say you have to be flexible. That's key. I've had planners that they've always used an X brand of hotel and that's all they want. I might not be able to get you that rate that you desire at that particular property, but I have 40 others and I have independents that are able to work with the groups. But it's all up to that planner and how flexible you're willing to be. And when I say flexible, I mean that in the whole sense, with flexible with your dates and flexible with the properties that you're desiring. There's that we have a Wyndham Grand in Orlando, and typically whenever I say Wyndham, people are like, nope, no. Okay, hang on, give me a moment. Let me explain what this one's about. One of the great things that we have happening in our destinations that we're growing. There's a lot of new construction. There's a brand new Conrad that's being built right now. And so what that does for us is that it frees up our convention hotels to do just that, to do the groups. So we used to have that issue at the Lowe's hotels because they beautiful, great hotels, but they have so much leisure demand that they were not able to take groups. Now Lowe's is building leisure hotels. So that's freeing up those hotels to take those conventions. As long as you're flexible, I'm sure we can find you what you need. Again, just stay flexible. What do you guys have? The other CVBs, what do you guys think?
I totally agree. Flexibility, especially when it comes on to your dates, because sometimes a hotel has a need period. And if they're able to plug you into that need period, you'd be amazed at what they can do. So flexibility is the key.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Who else has questions? Morgan is here. Morgan? Unmute yourself. Or not.
I'm sorry, I'm here.
That's okay.
I missed the question. I've been driving home and listening to you all.
Oh, no problem. What questions do you have for CVBs that would help you?
I don't have anything right now. I've been a lot of the things I've kind of, it's similar to kind of what I do in a sense, but so I'm just kind of soaking in everything, and I have to go through and probably have to, these are recorded, correct, or no?
Yeah, it's recorded. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I might have to, once I settle down here and get home, might have to listen again, but I don't have any like pertinent questions right now.
No problem. We're just glad you're here, and we understand you're driving and it's hard to focus when you're driving.
I didn't want to miss the session though. So
yeah, thank you for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
What other questions do we have?
Yeah, I was going to ask just to see, you know, we've had a pretty nasty hurricane and then a not quite as nasty hurricane that have hit us. I know there were lots of impacts in different areas, particularly around Naples, but just wanted to get a feel from you all on, number one, impacts that were direct to your area and your market, but then secondly, the secondary impacts of what is happening now and what you see happening in the near future about property availability and dates, because meetings are moving from somewhere they were originally going to be planned to be, but the hotels aren't going to be ready for 3 months, 6 months, a year or more to recover from the hurricane damage. So kind of want that twofold about what you might have experienced there.
Sam, if you don't mind, I'm going to take the first part of the question and then you guys can chime in with the rest. Can you guys see the insurance cover your event? Okay.
Yeah.
So Steve, your concern is we hear it. We're in Florida, right? So storms. There is complimentary storm insurance for your meeting through Visit Florida. Again, another one of those wonderful partners, one of those great ideas to copy your CVVs is this. So when you book a meeting during storm months, you just go in here into the Visit Florida website, and this insurance link, I'll send it on so that you guys can have it. You register your event complimentary, And if something were to happen, your event is covered. They can help you with changing your date, changing your materials, being able to reschedule those speakers, all that good stuff. Now, if there's something that happens, God forbid, there is the insurance that you have here, plus there's also in your contract, there's a clause there. If there's something that happens, you can move your dates. You won't have to worry about, oh my gosh, a lot of the times the storm months are actually our value season, August, September, October. So you don't have to be afraid to book during that time, because something can happen, something cannot. I had a client that wouldn't book Orlando because of the storms, and then they went to New Jersey and they got a storm. So you can't disregard a city because of what might happen with the weather, but what you can do is ensure your event to make sure that you have coverage if something does happen. Sam?
Also, Stephen, if you just booked your group, let's say November 16th, which is tomorrow, you would want to register on Visit Florida January 1st, 2023, because
Right.
for the calendar year. That's most important. Most important is that the bureaus would actually tell this to outside companies or outside clients. Tell them about this feature. That's number one. Number two, the hard part. Let's just say a hurricane did come through twice, and unfortunately, did a little bit of damage to a hotel where the hotel is not operational anymore, and they have groups lined up for the next 6 months. It is the hotel's responsibility to find new homes for those groups, and it would be great. It's sometimes the Visitors Bureau can get involved, very loosely get involved. However, it's a contract. It's a contract at a hotel. So it's, even though it's something that I helped you with, Stephen, to come to Daytona, and you booked it for November 16th, the hotel closed, and then you're looking for someplace else. And even though you said, hey, Sam, we did it together, it's a hotel has a contract, and they're supposed to help you out. I'm there for support for you. I'm there for support. I'm there to introduce you to another hotel. If the other hotel is willing, I'm hoping is willing to accept your program, I'm there to do the introductions for you. But yeah, I'm in the middle of it right now. So again, it's one of those challenges. Not everything is always champagne and sunsets and everything. I do have challenges sometimes. So, and this is one of them where I have to help out the hotel and help out the clients and say, hey, listen, I know your event is in 6 months from now, 7 months from now. You just found out through the grapevine that the hotel is closed. Rest assured, they're going to give you a call. They're going to call you. I'm here as well. And we could start looking for, we could let the hotel do their due diligence. But if you want to, you can speak to the hotel. If you want to start all over again, which I don't recommend, let the hotel help you out, and I'll be there for moral support. That's the hard part sometimes, not to get involved. Again, it's like it's a business, and there's a certain line that I cannot cross, unfortunately. But I'm there for moral support.
Well, that's excellent information. I had not heard of that coverage. So that's certainly something that I think we are all learning, and we will be sharing with our members and others. Still kind of on this topic, on the kind of more that second part, have you all been seeing or forecasting an impact to your availability because of meetings moving to your areas because of storm impacts? That, so somebody was planning something in January, but now in Naples, but now they're headed to Daytona or West Palm or wherever. Are you starting to see that? Because I mean, we're in mind kind of also thinking about on our end going, that may mean rates may start going up in some of the areas that we were going to be looking at. So do we need to start booking sooner rather than later? Stuff like that.
Well, in the Palm Beaches, what we are getting mostly is referrals from the properties that are actually unable to host a meeting in the near future, trying to secure space. So not so much the clients reaching out, but the hotels, because I guess the repair time is kind of different for each property or each area. So the properties that have that situation are the ones that are reaching out to us to see if we can accommodate them for a specific time period.
And if I do get lucky to get a program from the West Coast of Florida, the first thing, if I am involved, if the hotel does involve the bureau with our destination, the first thing I do is I call the client and make sure, hey, we're still in Florida. Hopefully it's a Florida Association piece of business, but we're all one family and I'm going to treat you the same, just like in Naples. I'm going to treat you with extraordinary care. And I'm going to offer a video, a 30-second video of me welcoming the group to their second host hotel. And just try to do the best I can to make sure that the event does happen, that we don't lose. You know, there's a difference between the west side of Florida and the east side of Florida. It's the ocean, that's all. Mm-hmm. But just to rest assured that if I can do anything, if I can be there at Monday morning for the general session at 9 a.m. to welcome the group in there and to say a couple jokes and then leave, absolutely. If not, then it's my boss and my boss's boss to do that as well. So if there's anything that I can do to make it up, to add features, to add values, that's what I'm here for. And it works.
I know West Palm mentioned that they have some incentives right now. And it seems like other markets are maybe moving away from incentives because there's a lot of demand, but can you fill us in on the trend?
For the incentives that we're offering, everyone loves it. It actually has increased our meetings visibility and our bookings. And if we are competing, especially with the immediate Fort Lauderdale and Miami, it is an edge. As a matter of fact, I was just able to book a meeting for 2023, and the closer in I find that's really working, because it's harder to get the value that you want for your dollar as a meeting planner for the closer meetings. The ones that are further out, yes, but for the immediate 2023, it's a little harder. So the incentive is really hot.
Great. What about the other two markets?
Unfortunately, in Orlando, we do not have any incentives. I come about it all the time. Our neighboring city, Kissimmee, does offer a rebate back to the master accounts. But no, or like as of right now, the only incentive that they're looking at for next year would be a side incentive, because we know the meeting can happen anywhere. It can happen in Daytona, it can happen at the beaches, it can happen anywhere. So what we want to showcase is why Orlando is different. So in the coming months, we're going to be rolling out an incentive for site visits, but it's nowhere near what my competitor cities can offer as far as a rebate back to the master or anything like that. Right, Sam?
We offer a rebate off the room nights as a total. And what I try to do, instead of just offering a check to the client, I try to find out what their program is all about. So if the president is having a reception, for like 30 people, 20 or 30 people, I see if I can actually say to the meeting planner, hey, I'd like to help out and contribute to that president's function per se. And if I could put a dent into the food and beverage bill of theirs, so be it, I could do that. And that's great. They know that I'm looking at their program and I'm seeing that I'm entertained with their program.
In addition,
so I try to do that. I try to get involved in their program and see if I could help out in any way.
In addition to the incentives that we have, like the meetings between the session, to bring back the meetings to Palm Beaches, the Discover Palm Beaches office was established by our room bed tax dollars to bring business to the Palm Beaches. So that's an incentive. We not only have those meetings in between the sessions that we're promoting right now, but we do give rebates to the groups. We give event hosting depending on the time of year that they're coming, spring, summer, or winter, and we will give a room night dollar back to the account. They can have it for the hotel, or they could just use it to promote something that they're going to be doing. Transportation, we have a lot of incentives because that's basically our goal, our office, our goal. Discover.
I think some bureaus outside of Florida, they have a sliding scale. I would say $0 to $1,000. You can choose these two. From 1,000 to 5,000, you could choose these three. And you know, I just try to find what's in their program and see how I can help and contribute.
And that's, again, one of the perks of working with your CVBs. Every CVB is different. I know Jacksonville is offering an incentive because they had sent it to one of my groups that we were working together. I couldn't accommodate it in Orlando, and I sent them the RFP, and they copied me on the incentive that we're offering the client, which was a great incentive. I ran into Brittany with the Tampa Bay Convention and Visitors Bureau last week, and she's also offering an incentive. So again, why is it a great practice and a great idea to partner with your Convention and Visitors Bureau? Could be an incentive.
So I had an event a couple of years ago, and a CVB provided a whole bunch of really cool kind of tchotchke stuff to put in the bags for the participants.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Yeah, and that's pretty neat. What is one thing that you think people don't know about CVBs that they should know, like something they wouldn't expect?
The amount of support we give. They probably see us as finding the location, finding the hotel, you know, having the avenue to sending out the leads and getting to all the hotels that are able to host their group. But they don't understand that in addition to that, we promote the city. So say you're trying to see Palm Beaches and you have your hotel that you're a loyal member, you know, a Marriott or a Hilton or Hyatt. However, you don't know much about where this Hyatt is located or this Hilton. We at Discover will take you through the Palm Beaches and show you what the city's all about. We act like a DMO. We will show you what would attract your group. We would suggest if you don't know what to do. So I think people are not as aware of the complete service that you can get from the CVB.
Well said.
Thank you.
Maybe some bureaus, maybe, and I'm just enhancing it because some bureaus do have a bigger budget, but some bureaus, if the program, let's just say I booked a program 2 years, 3 years ahead of time in 25. And next year, I can go to the what's unexpected, as you say. I can attend the program next year, put a vendor table up, and sell the destination at the city where they're having their event at for the next 2 years, and then promote our city and finally say with the microphone, finally, you're home at the beach. 3 years I've been traveling with you. I feel like I'm a family member already, but now you're home on the beach, the world's most famous beach. And then they cut my microphone off, and then that's it. But to travel with the group, if it's a big enough group and a so-called like what we call a citywide, you could travel with the group for, let's say, for 2 years or so, go to their future events, set up as a vendor, meet the staff, meet their board members, become part of that organization. And finally, when it's your turn to host, finally, you guys are home. You know, I've been and et cetera, et cetera. So that's one of the hidden gems that some of the bureaus do. Some of the bureaus do that no one knows.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Those are called pre-promotes.
Yeah, pre-promotes. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Pre-promotes.
Pre-promotes. I love learning the lingo.
I know
Yeah,
Sam is
me
lucky he
too.
gets to do those. We have we have a group of ladies that used to either be a general manager or hotel sales manager within the community, and they become hotel ambassadors. So they become city ambassadors, and they go and do the pre-promotes that Sam talked about, which are a lot of fun. But that's nice that they let you go, Sam.
It is nice. You know, they expect me to come back, but sometimes I love it here. This is Yellowstone. Wow. You know, I want to stay here forever. But yeah, you got to go back. And then, you know, you do a comparison. And of course, I like the beach.
I love Florida. We're so lucky here.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
we
I'm
are.
I'm thinking about even just your 3 locations and how many cool things there are and how unique each of the destinations is. So what is the unique thing that people don't know about in your specific areas? What's something that you love to share with people that they have no clue exists in your area?
So we actually just started promoting what we call the unexpected side of Orlando. And it's some of the nature. So you know, the arts here are great, but people don't come to Orlando for the arts. But we do have great nature. So, and creating these unbelievable real experiences that it's now our tagline. With that, we're promoting the unexpected side of Orlando. That is the nature, that is the hot air balloon rides and the hikes and the natural springs. So just a whole different, just away from the hustle and bustle, just you with nature. So that's one of the cool things that we're now exploring with our clients and with our visitors, is that unexpected side.
What springs are near you?
So quite a few. There's one that's called Wakaiba that's up in the Apopka area. And it's a natural spring, so the water comes from underneath and it's really cold. Well, I feel it's very cold.
It's 68 to 72 year round. All the springs in Florida are 68 to 72 year round. They're fed from, yeah.
And
They're
then
cold.
they feel very cold.
Unless it's the winter and then they feel warm.
And then in the Winter Garden area, there's one that they do the glass bottom ride. So you can do spouse programs and actually go down the springs and this glass bottom, and you could see the coral reefs and the fishes and all that good stuff and the manatees, and it's a really cool experience. So again, just getting away from the parks and just looking at nature. And because nowadays it's all about the experience. It's more than let's just have a meeting. No, now we want to give the attendees an experience that they won't forget, something different.
Awesome.
For the Palm Beaches, you know, we're known for a 47-mile of pristine beaches and all the fruit and everything that the secondary tourism aspects of Palm Beaches has. However, what we are focusing on is the activities, the festivals, the things that are geared towards the groups. So if you're coming in May, well, don't ask me what festival is when, but if you're coming at a specific time and there's something that is happening there, we definitely try to highlight so that your attendees can get out and about in the city and see what is going on. And we also have a very cool place called Peanut Island, which is like, it's not in the Palm Beaches. And we try to continue to promote that as well. But we have expanded our social media area to include videos and participation of everything that's going on. And we're very much on a campaign to include our partners. The partners are the local businesses that are in the area, have them join, be on our website. And if we have a group that's coming in that would be likely, you know, a good pairing, we definitely introduce our partners to them so that they can. The other day we had a group come in and we set up a pop-up shop and did a lot of Lily Pulitzer and the Palm Beach sandals. And the ladies were just absolutely wow, because normally they would not have known about that.
That
indigenous to Palm Beaches.
I love the Palm Beaches, and I want to say whoever does your social media does a beautiful job.
Thank you. Yes,
yeah, I follow everybody's social media, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. But I have to say, visit Palm Beach. I am like enticed every day to go and check.
Thank you. I will tell them. Okay.
What else?
You gotta do a better job on social media, boss. Okay.
I mean, Sam, you have so much history there.
I have history.
I think that's really, really cool. What the history of the Daytona area is amazing.
We also have the Ponce Inlet, which is the next town below, where you can do 3 things: the Marine Science Center, the eco tours to see the disappearing island, where I usually bring a group over there. We put them on the island and we take the boat and we go back home. And then they have the second world's, well, not the world's, but the eastern sea, on the eastern side of the country, we have the tallest lighthouse that I usually race all the kids, and we go all the way up to the top. That's 215 steps all the way up to the top to go see a view, and then the race down again. And then you get a certificate made by me. So then you have the parks, you have the state parks that no one thinks about. That's in the middle of the state. We also do have De Leon Springs, and we also have the Stetson Mansion that everyone forgets, and DeLand, which is equivalent, the smallest equivalent to Gainesville. But we have the Stetson Mansion, and we have what everyone forgets, and because you have to get there early. We have a place in the Springs that you can go for breakfast, and it's going to slip my mind, but you make your own pancakes there.
Wow.
Slip my mind the name of it. The brown sugar, the sugar mill, the old sugar mill. Ooh. And you got to get there early because everybody and their mother knows about this place in the state of Florida. And I try to get, when I host military reunions, I try to get them to get up early in the morning, and they go 4 o'clock, okay? And I go, no, not that early. 6 o'clock to get there, to leave 6 o'clock, to be there 6:45, to get inside 7 o'clock, to have the whole place by ourselves for about 10 minutes. And then make your own pancakes. They give us the syrup, they give us the batter, and the guys are going to, they're doing all the work and they're enjoying themselves. But yeah, some hidden treasures that we have that no one realizes, and that's what we do when we have our FAMs.
I love the hidden treasures. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you. Who else has questions? Anyone else? All right, well, thank you. Anything else to add from the CVBs?
It has been our pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing what you do. And I think you've opened the eyes for people who are listening, and some of whom may be listening in later. I think you've really opened their eyes to the opportunities. And I personally had no idea that a group as small as 10 could benefit from your services.
Absolutely.
Good. I'm expecting that RFP in the email any day now.
Yes, okay. I am too.
You got it. Thank you. Any other questions? Any other thoughts?
Yes,
any other feedback? Dr. Moran.
Yes, this has been an amazing presentation from the 3 of you. I've been soaking it in. I didn't have any questions because I'm absolutely in awe of all that you have presented on today. And I will definitely be sharing this recording with others that couldn't make it. I got some texts that were coming in that for a few that could not make it, but they do know that the recording will be online. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Yes. I also got some messages from people saying they could not attend, but they're going to be watching the recording. So I really appreciate your preparation and your passion for what you do. And I learned something, and I love to learn things. So thank you all so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I too definitely learned something and learn more about each of your destinations. You know, that pancake house, gonna have to check that out sometime. Get one of my groups to go early. But thank you so much. We'll be, once the recording is ready and on the site, we'll be sending it out to all of our members. We'll also send you a link to it, and we'll also be sharing all of your contact information with everyone as well. So they have a ready place to go find you, to ask more questions, and to send you RFPs and help get services for future events in your areas.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Can I get a quick group shot of everyone? Can you turn your cameras on for just a moment? Turn your cameras on if you can. And we're just gonna smile. Everyone smile. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Okay. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Honor. Yay. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us. And we look forward to working with you.
It's a pleasure.
Got it.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you so much. Everybody have a wonderful evening.
Right. Visit Orlando has a big event in Tallahassee, and we all need to put it on our calendars for December 7th.
Thank you. Yes, please do.
And we'll be sending it out to the group.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take
Thanks,
care.
everyone. Have a good
Take
night.
care.
Bye.
Bye.